Hi, Kefit. Hi, everyone. Thanks for being here. Today, we're going to look at something that most of us have gone through at least once, I'd assume, in our lives. If you haven't, I'm so happy for you. Today, we're going to look at breakup.
X and R that because wait, pause.
I actually know
Sometimes
exactly what Kefit is going to say, but yeah, you go. You say it.
there's a lot of value also in breakups.
I knew
There's
you
a
were
lot
going
of
to say it.
yes.
And it's all the
Every
truth.
contrast, every contrast brings expansion, and every breakup I've had, and I've had so many, I always grew so much that I actually would recommend it sometimes to people. Like whatever everyone has is perfect the way it is. Some people
Hmm.
have one relationship their whole life, or no relationship, or 100 relationships, and what's possible that we'll just enjoy whatever we have and know that it's all precise at that moment. X and R, X and R, X and R.
Yes. So if this is the first video of us that you're watching and you'd like to know a bit more about us and what we do, just have a look at the description and there's an explanation and a link there. Um, yeah, down below. So yeah, I knew I was going to say that. And if you are going through a breakup right now, what like Effort just said might just be a little bit too much to digest at the moment because you're just in the midst of it and you're really sad and you're really overwhelmed and feeling really frazzled and confused. So everything that has come up for you going through a breakup or thinking of a breakup, are you ready to let go and willing for us to accept and release it all?
Yes.
So we want to extract and release X and R, X and R, X and R, and heal all that's coming up for you right now. And so it is.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And so
So
it is.
there is
And also, like,
yeah. You go.
there's we usually start with the umbrella statements, the big ones that, everything you go down deeper and deeper. So the most basic one is, do you want to receive the universe's definition of breakup?
Sure.
Perfect. So everything that doesn't allow that, X and R, X and R, X and R. And I'll just explain it. But just, whatever, when we say breakup, sometimes it makes like a bad feeling. All of a sudden, just the word makes us like,
Mhm.
like that. And it's because the way all the point of views we have about breaking up. But if we don't look at it as that, we look at it like, when one door closes, 100 million different ones are open. We just need to like look around us, and not when we focus on the things that we don't like, we see just that. But how about seeing everything good that comes up from it, like leaving something that's made us miserable, or maybe someone left us, but we were obviously not the happiest we could be. Or even if we thought we were happy with this person but he wasn't happy, this isn't the type of relationship we want to be. We wanted to
He
be
or
in a
she.
relationship, yeah, definitely, where everyone is thriving. So everything that we feel bad, and how we see breaking up, instead of seeing that it's just opening something that is totally better, that something better is waiting for us, and this is just a
Mm.
transition to something different. It's like if you have a cup of orange juice and you want instead to put raspberry juice, first you remove the orange juice, you spill it all out, you wash the cup, and then you put anything else new you want inside. So this is what we're doing, and this is the way we allow something much better and more precise for who we really are at this moment. Okay, so everything we see it differently than this. All of that, do we want to release and extract all of it? X and R, X and R, X and R, and so it is.
I've never had raspberry juice. Actually, sounds really yummy. So I'm open to raspberry juice, and I guess I want us to look at, all the
Or
aspects.
chocolate milk.
Yeah, vegan and on carob maybe. But all the aspects of us, all the parts of us that we never got to explore while we were in this relationship. What about bringing in excitement to actually find out more of who we are and explore parts of us that we never got to explore while we were in the relationship. And everything preventing us from seeing that, seeing the potential, seeing the path that we can now choose, that we don't need to consider another person or the partner. We might have kids that we need to consider, but the partner and the path that we've chosen with that person, and to see, the expansion that this brings. Are you ready to extract and release?
Yes.
X and R, X and R, X and R, and so it is.
And for me, it's again, I want to bring the focus point because when we think about everything that we have reminders and we feel that we miss someone missing, the focus is on what's lacking. Yes, but if instead we just change the focus, first of all, we could remember why we left. Every single time we have a thought that makes us feel bad, we could actually change the thought and think, okay, yes, I missed this part, but I'm happy that I'm not having this other part, which I was miserable. And what's
Mhm.
possible that I'll find someone new that has all the parts I like with parts that different parts that I like even more. The ones that weren't, I wasn't really satisfied there. This is the universe's way of clearing out that, and everything that I learned to like, I'll find that in the new partner. It's just going to get better
Mhm.
and better and better. It's like we know how to, like, you go to a buffet and you taste all kinds of different foods and you know which ones you like, and then you could taste more food, and then you have a variety of things from everything you built up until now. Nowadays, in at my age, I know which desserts I like more, which fruits I like more, and I can always play with more and different other things, and just enhance my life more and more. So everything that doesn't see that, and everything that we keep on focusing on all the hard parts and all the things that we're missing, and instead of changing the focus to the positive, in not just breakups, generally speaking, also, do we want to extract and release all that?
Yes.
X and R, X and R, X and R, and so it is.
Hmm. Yeah, thank you for that. I feel like, you know, there's so much I can say about this. Often, um, I personally read stuff that talk about, how it's such an opportunity to be in a relationship for growth, and to get to know oneself. But also, there's so much growth that can happen when we're single, or when we're exploring, or when we redefine what what um, makes us vibrate in the way we want to vibrate, and everything preventing us from seeing that. Are we ready to extract and release?
Definitely.
X and R, X and R, X and R, and so it is. And also, like Effort is really focusing this video. I hope you really benefit from it, because she's so positive and she's so bubbly, and she finds the good in everything, which is great. But if you are feeling really down at the moment, and this is really a really fresh breakup for you, it's okay to mourn. It's okay to be sad. Don't what like Effort is doing is she's transforming how you feel, but in no way do we mean, and like I do say, if you agree or not, we don't want you to pretend that you're happy if you're not. And it's okay to feel whatever you're feeling is valid. And we just want you to, it's okay to feel it. It's okay to give yourself whatever, ask yourself, what do I need right now? What will make me feel better? What will make me feel nurtured? What will make me feel supported? And definitely do that. And when you're ready to transform how you feel, and when you feel you're stuck in a rut and you've been feeling this way for a while and you want to change it because it's not benefiting you, and it's really hard for you to move on, then this video will be great to watch. Um, but I do totally understand, going through a breakup is really, really hard. And when I did some muscle testing, I got that there's um, a disconnection between the male part and the female part within us. And when I went to check what emotions are stuck or stagnant, or present in each part, I got that the feminine aspect is actually feeling depressed. So this is post breakup. This could have been in the relationship as well, but everything that brings up, feeling depressed, feeling lethargic, not having energy to do anything. Everything feels like a chore. It feels like it's going to be like this forever. Everything that brings up that prevents you from shifting that and seeing the beauty of it all. Are you ready? Are you really, just be really truthful with yourself? Are you really ready to let it go now? And if you are,
Yes.
say yes, great. Um, X and R, X and R, X and R, and so it is. And in the male aspect, or male part of our body, I got the emotion because I muscle test, so I don't know what's going to come up, and I got the emotion of feeling shy. And feeling shy, I guess I can relate that to feeling introverted. Maybe the masculine part in us didn't really get to say what they wanted to say, didn't really get to verbalize, feel like maybe they weren't really heard, they weren't really being seen in the relationship. And they feel like they missed out on the opportunity to actually express how they feel, and maybe move, their relationship to the next level. And maybe there's a feeling of, missing out or not being understood. So everything that brings up for you, are you ready to extract and release and heal?
Yes.
XNR, 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 and so it is.
And I'll just add to it a couple of things. I loved everything you said, and definitely everything we feel is always for us. I'm reminding that there's no negative feelings. There's just feelings that make us feel more unhappy or less unhappy. It's a scale. It's an emotional scale, and it just shows us where we are. It's a compass. Our feelings are compass. Is a compass, and we could play with them and just find a better feeling thought from where we are right now, or just be where we are right now and accept it, and it's okay. There's nothing wrong. It's just a pathway to feeling better. But it gives us clarity on when we feel sad, we can think, what's the thought that makes us feel sad? And that's a place that wants also healing, but it doesn't have to heal right now. We just get
Mhm.
clarity. These feelings that make us feel bad give us a lot of clarity, what our limiting beliefs are, what we think about situations. And then when we feel better, we could actually play with it and heal old wounds or new wounds, and everything that brings up, and everything that doesn't allow us to see feelings like that, and everything that we don't accept our own feelings, and everything that we want to already be in a different place than we are right now. Do you want to extract and release all that? And so it is. And what I want to add also is that a nice exercise we could do, if we want to expand everything to Maya said, is if we need closure, we're missing the place where we actually speak up, and like I feel it in my throat when I talk about it, and something that we didn't get to say what we wanted, we never got to express ourselves fully. I know that for me, what helps is many times just journaling and getting it out, or talking to a friend or to a practitioner, or sometimes I just record to myself, and I can listen to it, and it helps, take out everything that was inside that was bottled up, to express it. And once we give it to ourselves, we put it out there. It doesn't necessarily have to be to the person that we broke up with. We get it out. We already all of a sudden feel better, just the way it is. So everything that doesn't allow us to do that, do you want to extract and release all that?
Definitely.
XNR, XNR, and so it is. And I'll even expand it a bit further, because this is just one thing. But what I would like is that everything that we feel that we miss in the other person, we miss certain things. We miss physical touch. We miss someone to listen, that listens to us. We miss talking to someone. We miss listening to someone. Everything that we feel that we're missing. Is this the time to start giving it to ourselves? Is this the
Mhm.
time to find a way where we can meet our own needs there? And then everything else will be a bonus when we meet a new partner. Everything that doesn't allow that, do you want to extract and release all that?
Yes.
XNR. And so it is. I'll elaborate a little bit on that, because it sounds so banal. They always say that, people say that. But first of all, what we're doing now, the clearings work subconsciously. So when we accept it, when we say yes, things might change, even though it seems like it's always like that. And the way is, like, for example, if we miss physical touch, for
Mhm.
example, we could go get a massage. We can go cuddle with a friend, watch a movie. There's so many ways. We can even hug ourselves like this. It sounds so stupid, but it really works sometimes. And there's lots of ways to meet many of our needs that aren't dependent on another person, but we forget this because we're so used to sometimes being in a relationship and getting it from a different person, and from this specific person. But there's so much we can learn from this breakup and how to give it to ourselves. It could enhance every single relationship, because then we're not dependent on the other person, even when we're back in a relationship, and the other person is working hard, or the other person is having a rough time. We can give it to ourselves like we never before succeeded, and it makes the relationships much better in the future.
Yeah.
So everything that brings up, and everything that doesn't allow us to actually find ways to self-soothe and to give ourselves everything we need, and that everything else will just be a fun bonus. Do you want to extract and release all that?
Yes.
XNR, 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 and so it is.
Are you willing and are you ready to let go of the illusion that we need someone there to feel good? We need someone to be with us. We need a companion. We need someone to be a witness to our lives in order for us to have the best possible experience here. Are you willing to let that go?
Yes.
So everything preventing us from letting go of that illusion, we'd like to extract and release. XNR,
Definitely.
XNR, and so it is. And I got that in order, touching on what we were doing before, the masculine side and the feminine side, in order for them, within us, this is not my partner and me, this is masculine and feminine within me. In order for them to actually be connected, I got that they need to be willing to actively engage with each other in order for them to heal. So everything preventing your masculine and feminine parts within you from actively engaging with each other to communicate, for them to communicate, for them to heal all the wounds from that they're holding on to from different events, different traumas from childhood or past life. You know, are you ready for them to do that? And are you willing for me to extract and release everything preventing them from actively engaging?
Yes.
XNR, 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 and so it is.
And I'll just add another thing. I know that from each breakup I had, I received so much clarity. Like there would be this big fight sometimes, or sometimes other ways to break up. And then all of a sudden I would think, oh, I would have preferred to do this differently. And I would learn how I want to behave differently next time. And I would grow from it. Or for example, I would feel so helpless. I didn't know what to do. And I would all of a sudden find like all these YouTube channels that enhance my life in so many ways, nothing to do with the breakup. Or I would go to like this course, or I went to things I would never think I would go to, like all these different kinds of events that, or lectures or anything that I wouldn't necessarily go to if I was in a relationship, but I was so desperate to feel better. And then all of a sudden, in my daily life, I would continue with these things that really enhanced my life. So this contrast, it just wants to get out of feeling bad. So many things can come in from this place. So everything that forgets that, and that forgets that in retrospect, usually when we look behind, it will be so worth it. So everything that forgets that in this moment, do we want to extract and release all that,
Yeah.
and everything that brings up? XNR, 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 and so it is.
Hmm. And just, be really honest with yourself. What parts of you have you lost while being in the relationship? Let's just give it a few seconds, parts of your personality, things that you love doing, that you loved engaging in, things that maybe, were either frowned upon or didn't really work in the relationship, or there was no time for them, they got pushed aside. Are you ready to reclaim all parts of you and celebrate that, and everything
Yeah.
preventing you from seeing all those parts and reclaiming them and celebrating life? Are you ready to extract and release them all?
Yes.
XNR, 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 and so it is.
And let's just play with it. Like, what's possible for someone who went through several breakups, and breakups always feel so bad and miserable in the same way? What's possible that this breakup will be different, that this breakup will feel different, that this breakup will be easier than we could possibly imagine? We're opening a question to the universe. And when we ask questions, sometimes we can be so surprised. One short clearing can change so much. So everything that doesn't allow us to play with it and to question what's possible, to enjoy this, to even have enjoyment here in this breakup, do we want to extract and release all of that?
Yes.
X and R, X and R, X and R, and so it is.
What I got now
And
was, sorry, yeah, you go.
no, you go.
I got a fear of breaking up, like a fear of a breakup, and how often, and it's totally a human experience, and it's totally okay. But how often do we stay in a relationship that we're not happy in just because of that fear of breakup? Because of what that means, or change of status, or having to move out, having to, yeah,
Children sometimes.
exactly, going through that, and
Fear of change, fear of being alone, fear of what other people will think. There's so many fears related there.
exactly. So, are you willing and ready to let go of all those fears and
Yes.
see how this situation could actually be really exciting? And if if you're in a relationship but you're not a happy one, and you ended up watching this video, maybe by extracting these fears, it actually allows you to step into your truth and actually have more clarity around what's best for you. So if you're ready to let go of all these fears that we just mentioned, please say yes.
Yes.
So I'm extracting and releasing and healing all those fears. X and R, X and R, X and R, and so it is.
Yes.
There's
Perfect.
so much, yeah, there's so much we can do on breakups. And
Yes.
yeah, I think we'll probably go for like an hour
I
and a
think
half.
definitely. So I think that this one will be like a general about breakup, and then you can first of all, if you enjoyed this video, like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And you can always comment on specific things you'd like through in the breakup, specific fears, specific whatever you feel, and we
Emotions
can do
that have
separate
come
videos.
up.
Yes. So anything else you'd like us to elaborate, to have more clearings on, we'd love to hear what you want, and we'd love to make videos.
Yeah, and to help you, help you process these breakups, and feel free to share how this video affected you and contributed to your life or what you're going through at the moment. So thank you for joining us today, and we'll see you in the next video.